Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by Hard Factor. It is Monday, January 4th, 2020, episode number 594. And fellas, Happy New Year.
Hey.
Happy New Year
to you.
Found one of those, huh?
Yeah, got a little prop there for the New Year's. Everybody have a good New Year weekend? It was fun?
Yeah, my props was my wife and I got into the temporary tattoos and just went to town.
just went down on each other. Nice.
Still getting some stuff off.
A lot of pressing on each other's skin hard, huh?
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Sounds sensual. Yeah. I did. I watched. We commented on Die Hard 2. Mark says Die Hard 2 is no good. There was somebody watching it.
Well,
on New Year's.
It's
not entertaining.
I'm not saying it's trash, but compared to Die Hard 1 and Die Hard with a Vengeance, which is 3, it's trash. Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
Fun little fact for you, Mark. Die Hard 3 wasn't written as a Die Hard movie. Yeah, no, it became a Die Hard movie.
I thought you were going to say Die Hard 2 was in Dulles, and I was like, duh.
Lots of male nudity in Die Hard 2, if that's your thing. But Die
Is
Hard,
that really? I don't remember that.
yeah, because the Hans Gruber type is training nude in the opening sequences.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing like martial arts naked.
Oh,
Yes, it's pretty sick because he's got a body.
I liked D'Onofrio. Is that the guy? He's the terrible cop. The cop who just like refuses to recognize anything is going wrong.
The guy from
until
NYPD Blue you're talking about. No,
Yeah.
not D'Onofrio.
It's not been D'Onofrio.
Sibowitz or whatever.
Sibowitz, yeah.
yeah.
He also has a little nudity in NYPD Blue.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of shit going on in the New Year. Spliff Hodges suggests maybe we do a segment called the Swan Song for any more Swan news we might have. A lot of people love the Swan talk.
Or death. You could do that. That could be dual purposes. A swan or death.
Dennis Franz, right? It was Dennis Franz.
Yeah, that's
I think that
Sibowitz.
is.
Yeah.
James D says that Casey's case could be a new thing on Florida Man Fridays because Casey Anthony is starting a PI firm in Florida. So we'll definitely get into that over the course of the Florida Man Fridays. Wes created a new logo title card for the videos, which is very nice.
Yeah, I got into some templates. They're a lot easier than I thought they were.
Well, more importantly than that is beautiful work, Wes. But more importantly than that, Wes got his motherfucking metal detector.
Oh yeah. I've been detecting coins on my kitchen floor just to see how it works. I still haven't got it down yet, but I'm gonna get out there soon.
Can you imagine the views Wes is going to garner if he starts finding valuable shit?
Yeah,
I can't wait for the first big find.
Casey Anthony murder her child? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, that's what she's starting
well,
to
allegedly.
Right.
When I said poor girl, I was thinking of Lacey Peterson, not.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Wait, you're not thinking of the right person.
No.
Sorry.
The duct tape in the back of the trunk, but she got off. Remember, it was like
Right.
Yeah,
She's an expert at crimes. I mean,
she's technically wasn't found guilty, but
right.
Sorry, metal detector West is a lot better news.
Yeah.
We also got to watch the collapse of Trevor Lawrence. Pat, I'm sure you enjoyed that. As we get ready for Eagles Redskins, if you're watching youtube.com/hardfactornews, you see the boys do not know who won that game yet. So that's what two of us had a great night. One of us had a sad night. Actually,
I think we're all rooting for the same outcome because if the Eagles lose, it's like a top 5 draft pick. What? Go for it. Go ahead, Washington.
So everybody
team.
wants a football.
Congratulations, you probably won. Hopefully.
Well, we're all disappointed if we didn't. So that's that. I don't got any more catch up.
Let's do the news then.
Okay, fine.
Okay, let's do it. First independent show. Let's get into the first nothing burger that the Democrats think is the smoking gun against lame duck and pardon machine President Donald Trump. So what do they think they have, and what do they think it changes? Well, what they have is a recording of President Trump obtained by the Washington Post while speaking to the Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, in which President Trump was speaking to the Secretary of State and questioning the validity of the Georgia presidential election results. You guys hear the audio of this?
Yeah. Yes, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll play a little clip later in a minute. He repeatedly says the people of Georgia are angry, and that we will see how angry they are when they go to the polls in the Georgia Senate races going on tomorrow. More on that later. So Trump asks Raffensperger if he thinks ballots were shredded in Fulton County. He asked if Dominion has moved a bunch of voting machines out of the state because that's illegal, right?
And
Then
when he said no, he was like, "What about the parts of the machine?
yeah.
Did
What
they
about
get
the
the
guts?
parts
What
from
about the-
inside the machine?
The inner
exactly,
parts.
yeah,
What about
he's
that?
stretching, yeah.
Did they
Raffensperger.
remove any cogs
That's some
from?"
lawyer shit right there. That's
He also goes after lawyer Ryan. Speaking of lawyers, he gives that guy a hard time.
Yeah. Ryan steps in and just says nope. And like you guys said, Trump asked about the inner parts, presumably the ones that gave Biden votes to Biden is what is being insinuated by Trump there. Then this clip, which is
These
what the
machines are
Democrats.
all not bad.
This is the big clip the Democrats are saying is like blackmail and the big news. If you want to play this part, Bubba.
You know what they did, and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense, and you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk. But they are shredding ballots, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, and they are removing machinery, and they're moving it as fast as they can. Both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen, and you are letting it happen. I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
So he's asking for them to find votes, and weakly threatening him that he's committing a criminal offense by reporting the results that might not be the actual results according to Trump.
Investigating.
For those of you guys at home who haven't worked in like higher levels of business or certain levels of business, what Trump was doing right there is it's an intimidation tactic. He was saying what we want to do without saying it is find the votes.
Yeah, but he was trying to intimidate him while begging, because what wasn't played there was the Secretary of State being like, "Our numbers are our numbers, and fuck off."
And the courts already said it. Sorry.
And Ryan's saying no like 3 times. He's like, "But what about the inner parts?" He's like, "No, not the inner parts either. Nothing was." Yeah, I mean, it was a weak attempt at intimidation. And also, the parts I find funny is he's like, "Rumor has it, and I've heard." It's like there's no evidence. Like Trump's not even providing evidence to these guys.
They're shredding them with the shredded ballots alone. We win. That you said that like 5 times. Like, what does that even mean? What are the stats on the shredded ballots, and where is the evidence?
Window into how he actually feels, because that's been the big question mark in everyone's mind. Is like, is he crazy? Does he know he lost? Does he not know he lost? Is he just trying to save it because he thinks he can power his way into it? There was an interesting window into what's actually going on in his mind.
No, I think that what happened is, dude, if you look at like his game shows, he always claims fraud. Everything he loses, he claims fraud his whole life. Everything he's ever lost, he claims he was frauded out of it, rigged against him. This is just what he does.
That's my
when he
style
loses.
too. When I lose in something, I find an angle where it was not fair towards me,
right?
And
I
should have won. Yeah.
Shut the whole game down.
Yeah.
Nobody plays again. Slams your hand on the game board.
Good luck. Game night's over.
Rip it up. Right. So, hey, maybe one day we'll find out Trump was right the whole time. Right now, it's sad because we're just not seeing the evidence. As Mark said, I understand 100% of votes going to Biden in some places when the mail-ins is sketchy. I've watched the conspiracy videos.
On these bins and bins of ballots that have been shredded.
Listen, presumably very intelligent people are working on Trump's team to produce this evidence, and this is what we have: him begging and talking about rumors, and that's it.
I'd be the first to get angry if there's evidence and to
me too.
But there's not. These smart people are sucking dick at the dick of power so that they can get power transferred to them in some way, shape, or form. They know what they're doing. It's all
a charade.
We might get into pardons. Is it today or tomorrow? We're getting into pardons later today.
No. I didn't.
Did anyone do pardon? I think we'll do pardons tomorrow.
Is he pardoning Edward Snowden?
Not
but
yet.
There's been a lot of,
not
yet.
Thanks for that one.
Stone and Manafort.
Those are great.
So let's move on to some more drama. As
those men who have been so downtrodden on throughout their entire lives, Paul Manafort and Roger Stone.
They needed it. Some more drama.
Loyalty pays. Just we'll check in with Caliper on that a little bit later. Loyalty pays.
That's right. More drama is 11 senators. I think we'll refer to them as the MAGA 11, led by Senator Ted Cruz, are saying they will fight against the Electoral College votes in battleground states when they are formally counted in Congress on Wednesday. Here is what Cruz had to say. Bub, if you have him.
We're at an extraordinary time in our country's history. We went into this election with the country deeply divided, deeply polarized, and we've seen in the last 2 months unprecedented allegations of voter fraud. And that's produced a deep, deep distrust of our democratic process across the country. I think we in Congress have an obligation to do something about that. We have an obligation to protect the integrity of the democratic system. And so this past week, I spent writing out a position and assembling a group that ultimately of 11 senators that we put out yesterday that we will together object to certification in order to force the appointment of an emergency electoral commission to perform an emergency audit of the election results to assess these claims of frauds. I think we can do that. We can do it promptly. We can do it in 10 days before the inauguration, but I think we have an obligation to the voters and we have an obligation to the Constitution to ensure that this election was lawful.
All right, I don't know what happened.
Trying to give people seizures with that video?
Yeah, sorry, I don't
see the human garbage. Yeah, there was something you could do, Ted Cruz. It'd say, this is all trash. Don't pay attention to it. That's how we. No. Ted Cruz is playing fucking politics like a piece of fucking snake shit. There.
This is the white dress thing. It's politics, correct? This is the white dress protest of the first State of the Union, except on the Republican side. It's the same. It's not my president. It's not my president ripping up the transcript and everything.
Look, my point is he's sitting there saying, and as Congress, we should do something. Theater. Here's what you should do as Congress: be like, guys, this is trash. The election results are legit. Move forward. That's what you can do as Congress.
He's riling up his base.
Yeah, but also, Pat, it's something to do to distract from like the stimulus and stuff. So what? Yeah, it's not surprising.
Ted Cruz is such a piece of human.
It's like some precedent that was set like from like 1876 in the presidential election.
It's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter. Right. It's just a protest.
Lindsey Graham thinks it's a dumb idea. Pence is behind it. So that's, moving the needle a little bit. So we'll keep you posted on anything if anything happens there. Doubtful.
This is going to create a big vacuum of shit later on that they're coddling these people who are their base. They're playing to them and coddling to them and allowing them to believe false.
But what do you think happens on all political parties? What do you think they're doing with like the resistance Twitter?
Look what happened in the Democrats when they went after Trump for Russia. It was the same shit.
Or this is a soapbox show.
It's the same fucking shit, Pat. The Democrats chased Trump for fucking years and it was nothing. So it's the same shit. Goes around, comes around. Finally, moving on to Georgia. How will all of this and Mitch McConnell blocking the $2,000 checks affect the Senate runoffs there? It looks like it might actually fuck the Republicans and give the Dems control of the White House, the House of Representatives. And the Senate will basically be theirs because with the 50-50 split, if the Democrats win both the Senate, the Georgia seats, the tie goes to the vice president. Not sure who the new VP will be when Harris takes over president. We'll find out. The polls and money are going to Ossoff and Warnock.
I was thinking, speaking of the age, I was thinking like we're going from oldest president to next to the oldest president again in a pandemic that kills old people.
Can we do it again 4 years from now? Who's maybe Sanders?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Do you just keep an old guy in there because if he stays alive, that's like the bellwether, or like that's like the canary in the coal mine. As long as he's living, you're like things are okay. Yeah. But if the pandemic hasn't taken him out yet.
We can go older. Let's try it.
We can go older.
Let's give it a shot. Anyway, the polls, Bubba, if you got those, looks like Ossoff and Warnock are holding on to 2% leads, a little bit closer in the Ossoff-Purdue race than the Warnock-Loeffler race. And then the money and Predict It is going to both those guys as well. Looks like everyone's putting their money on Ossoff and Warnock there too.
The Trump tape spooked me and I jumped out. I think that's I don't know.
I saw
Loeffler, sorry, whatever the fuck her name is.
No, I saw that the most updated Predict It was like 57 cents for Warnock and 52 cents for Purdue.
Yeah, they're around coin flips right now.
It's 52 cents for Purdue Republican to win and 57 cents for the Senate special, which is Warnock Democrat to win. So it's like
Those screenshots are from right before recorded. So,
but that's like a different poll.
Yeah,
The straight up race is which party wins regular GA Senate race. 52 cents Republican, 48 cents Democrats. That's
still the same.
That's
Yeah,
Purdue. 52 cents Purdue, and then which party will win GA Senate special? It's Democrats 57 cents. That's Warnock 44 for Loeffler.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, conflicting markets and predicted to where the money's going.
Yeah, they've got multiple. You can do the bands of by how much and everything.
It's gonna be close. They're both gonna be close. I still got Warnock and Purdue.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that.
I jumped
the election.
out, but I had my money on the Republicans, and I'm a horrible gambler, so that means they'll probably win now.
No,
yeah, I'm holding on to Loeffler.
They're not going to win both, I don't think.
Holding on to that crazy Loeffler. If you want to, again, we'll find out tomorrow when the polls close. Hey, if you think the polls are wrong, go to predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20. Get $20 on us. If you happen to be new here, Predicted is the way to gamble on politics and make serious cash legal in all 50 states. The beauty is you can get out of markets that you bet on and make as much or as little cash as you want. And that is that, boys.
All right. We're going to take it away from political news for now, for just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we're going to take it over to the Space Mountain. All right. Because we got a lot of alien news coming on. YouTube.com/hardfactnews. I got my space helmet on.
That helmet's looking tighter and tighter. Well, what's going on?
I'm gaining weight rapidly. And I just keep getting fatter and fatter.
Really put it on in my head.
Barely fit into my props over here in the Reno studio.
You might be staying in Space Mountain if you know what I mean, because that's not coming off.
Yeah, it feels pretty snug. It's a 3-parter, and we got to go quick, so I got to move fast. So first, from Charles in the Hardo Hive, we've got a UFO sighting on the Hawaiian island of Oahu last Tuesday. Unexplained blue object all over the sky, and then apparently it dove into the water. Bubba, can we play the clip, please?
In the sky. What is that?
This video was taken by Misitina Sape at 8:26 Tuesday night near Haleakala Avenue in Nanakuli. Not long after, a woman named Mariah spotted the same thing passing over Princess Kahanu Estates.
I don't know, I look up. And then I was like, oh, started calling my husband in because it was all in the garage. I was like, hey, so look up there. See what I see. They all said, yeah.
There you have it.
Oh, shit, right?
That was conclusive.
Yeah, I mean...
I want that newscaster to read me bedtime stories, though. Mostly
Hawaiian
city names.
The news team was very, very impressive when I was researching this story. Yeah, so you guys saw it. It reminds me of that movie Skyline, where the bright blue ships, lure everybody in. Anyways,
it looks like a piece of plastic from one of those blowy things in front of gas stations.
But what you didn't see was later on this thing it zooms to the side in the sky and then zooms down into the water, the blue line.
That's what we needed to see.
Well, yeah, but there was no good commentary with that part. So anyhow, the FAA and the police have no explanation. The FAA says there's nothing, no radar activity. So, you never know.
The FAA said, "Do you want to see a juggling trick?"
Yeah,
distracting. They just pull a magic trick off. Yeah,
but it's good news for people who are chasing UFO sightings because next up, the COVID relief bill. This one comes to us from listener P. Fitz. Somehow, in the COVID relief bill, was shoehorned in the form of a committee comment from Senator Marco Rubio that the Pentagon has until July 27th, 2021, to release a brand new report on all known UFO activity in the USA to date. So I'm very glad that we'll be getting a new report, but it's a little weird how easy it is for a senator to spend millions of dollars just with a comment on something in a committee. But we'll get the report.
He's got no power. He's
just good.
Little barking dog. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, but that's going to cost the Pentagon's going to claim that cost them $20 million to put together. It's just all right. Finally,
the report's going to keep some people up at night. I hope it's 80,000 pages.
Yeah, you want to know what's going to keep you up at night is the final and most shocking part of this Space Mountain segment. The story that had myself, Buddha Ben, KFC, Robbie Fox all buzzing over the weekend. It's Harvard professor Avi Loeb, a chair of the astronomy department at Harvard. He thinks that the odd-shaped space object caught flying over Hawaii in 2017 called Oumuamua. I don't know, one of the two. Oumuamua or Moa. Bubba, I think we have the picture of it. It's this long, turd-shaped thing that was flying across the face of the Earth, and they caught it in Hawaii in 2017. Mm-hmm. He thinks that this could be space junk discarded in our direction from somewhere near the Vega solar system, about 25 light years away. Professor Avi Loeb thinks that space junk is going to be the first sign of aliens that we find on Earth. And intern Patricia, has booked him to come on and tell us all about it this Wednesday on the pod. So hold on to your space helmets, boys. It's going to get bumpy.
We're going to talk to Mr. Harvard alien guy.
Mm-hmm. That's right, about Oumuamua.
So he thinks that we're not going to see aliens, that we're not going to see them first, but like all their like experimental shit is going to eventually float over to us.
I think we can ask him later this week, Wes.
First, you get their turds.
Exactly. You're in their toilet system. Yeah. You notice their runoff tech.
That's a $1 billion dump, Wes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the first dump flushed.
Huh?
He's got some interesting ideas. Professor Loeb will be
from
on
Harvard.
Looking forward to it.
Ever heard of it? You're not going to believe this, guys, but as more and more details emerge on Anthony Warner, the 60-year-old guy that blew himself and half of downtown Nashville up on Christmas morning, it's becoming quite clear that he was indeed crazier than a box of hair. Turns out he mailed a bunch of his buddies' packages on December 23rd. And they all started to arrive around, recently in the past couple days. And in the manila envelopes with no return addresses were manifestos,
yes.
typed up and thumb drives, presumably with links to insane conspiracy theories. So how about that?
Hard Factor is ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Like, not great at gambling, but if we did gamble on the predictions, we'd be pretty good.
Well, we even said he had multiple manifestos, which he did because he mailed this to like 5 people. So you see, Warner, it turns out, was a big believer in lizard people from another planet existing on Earth. Those are those who have watched Zeitgeist, the movie, are probably familiar with Planet Nairobi or Planet X and the lizard people. You guys have all seen that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it, but I've
Zeitgeist is crazy.
Yeah.
Basically, I think like.
Oh wait, Zeitgeist though, but it doesn't dive into it.
That was that documentary back in the day. Wes was like, "You gotta watch Zeitgeist."
Audit the Fed, bro.
So, Will, there's 3 Zeitgeists, and one of them dives into Planet Nairobi.
Oh, okay. I've only seen the first one. I think.
Yeah. The first one's about the Fed. Basically, what happened is the conspiracy theory believed by millions, which is alarming, is that aliens from a planet of lizards far away have infiltrated top positions of politics and corporate finance and are mimicking humans. For example, George Bush and Mark Zuckerberg are lizard people, according to this guy and others. And he said, they put a switch into the human brain so they could walk among us and appear human. That's what he wrote in his manifesto. The manifesto, by the way, which again was mailed to multiple people, starts with, "Hey, dude, you will never believe what I found in the park," which sounds like just like a clickbait thing. And he said, "The knowledge I have gained is immeasurable. I now understand everything, and I mean everything, from who/what we really are to what the known universe really is." He went on to say September 2011 was supposed to be the end game for the planet because that is when he believed that aliens and UFOs began launching attacks on Earth, and the media has been covering up those attacks, and I would have to say doing a damn good job of it. Really impressive work from the media.
So those are interstellar attacks.
I guess. I don't know, but apparently Warner's not familiar with the concept of the internet or video uploads from your smartphone to the internet. It's pretty hard to cover that up.
You get a manifesto from that guy, you're like, I think we were on the same page in our relationship this whole time.
No.
Fucking weirds you out.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
was somebody dating him? Right? There was.
Yes. In fact, the FBI, we'll get to that. Yeah. I know. He also cockily wrote, "Everything is an illusion and there is no such thing as death," which he really tested that theory out when he blew himself up into 1,000 pieces by his own hand. Yeah. So he's somewhere out there.
Just abjectly false statements right there.
That was just his physical body, Will. He's out there floating around, keeping an eye on the lizard alien somewhere. Look, I know this story's punching down a bit on a guy who clearly had mental health issues, but fuck him because he almost killed several people and he destroyed a ton of local businesses in Nashville the same year they had a terrible tornado and COVID to deal with. So he's a dickhead, and he's dead. Death does exist. The FBI has all of the manifestos and thumb drives Warner sent, and they're definitely finding they should have kept closer tabs on him after local police investigated claims he was building bombs by his then girlfriend, Will, in 2019. Can you imagine what's on those thumb drives?
Dirty shit. Could you imagine telling that guy, like, the only thing for sure in life is death and taxes? And then
he's like,
just goes off on you.
Yeah. Nope, those are illusions.
Mike's going to want to read this one. I'll send this one to Mike.
Something tells me this guy conquered sleep a long time ago.
Pretend to get a fake phone call. Let's keep it in Nashville, guys. 2 men Nashvillians shocked patrons at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Nashville on Friday as they sauntered up to the edge of the rooftop bar on the 25th floor of the Grand Hyatt Hotel and proceeded to leap off, presumably to their deaths. Yeah, the leap of the two men caused, quote, mass panic. But luckily or unluckily, depending on how you feel about extreme sports or two ex-bros, they were just base jumping, and they parachuted across the road to an adjacent parking lot.
Whoa.
Once they landed, they got into a parked car and drove off, according to the report. So they just sauntered right up, jumped off, base
Are
jumped.
you kidding? That's so cool.
It's exciting.
That's a cool party trick.
It was kind of cool. Apparently, the bros were staying at the hotel and wanted to check out in an extreme way. So no full
That was the checkout.
The men are currently at large and wanted by Nashville PD.
Oh, really? Okay, it's illegal.
Have walked a fine line between being chill and extreme for as long as they've been around. The act of base jumping is not chill, but being chill in all other aspects of their lives is something that extreme bros pride themselves on. And that's why these base jumpers choose Caliper CBD to cool out after a long day of base jumping. Caliper CBD, guys, they're our first sponsor as independents. They came with us. Fantastic, guys. Thanks for coming. And that's mostly because the Hive buys it because it's really fucking good. So Caliper CBD is the best CBD product.
I'm almost out. I mean,
for maximum chill. On the for real tip, this stuff works, guys, and it's become part of my daily routine. In the evening to calm me down before almost guaranteed no sleep evening, I pour a little Caliper CBD into my Hydro Flask, and I just drink it down. And I don't sleep, but I feel way chiller. So the other guys sleep. The normal people sleep.
Right, yeah. All the rest of us sleep like a babies when we take our
Yes, this
Caliper
helps
CBD.
me sleep.
Pat just chills on it. He vibes on
chill.
it.
Pat's like Anthony Warner. He just conquered sleep.
Yep.
Doesn't
when I do
counteract
work
your.
out, I do have to say that the best part to use Caliper is like when you do work out and you get a little sore, which is rare for me. But when you get sore, maybe it's like a cold day out, it's the winter, you come back in after a run, your muscles are aching. You take that Caliper, man, it does really like it puts you in this like great, almost like comatose, excellent state of like non-soreness, chillness. And unlike other CBD oils, guys, Caliper's powder, so it's completely tasteless. Will's mixing in his drink right now. You can see that.
I mean, it's
food or drink.
seamless. It's already mixed.
Hydro Flask.
Drop it in. It's done.
Yeah,
I think that's important to note the tastelessness because I have like this hydration powder for electrolytes, and it tastes like really bad fruit punch, and this doesn't taste like anything. It just tastes like water or whatever you put it in.
Air.
Yeah,
nothing, guys. And the best part is the powder is clinically proven to absorb 450% more than like with tinctures and stuff. So
and if you've ever tasted a tincture, oof, good
just
luck.
goes right to your veins, guys.
Yeah.
30 and 60 count packs, unlike other products out there. Caliber is completely THC free, so no stress about that. No drug tests. It doesn't show up on your drug test. It is a derivative of hemp and cannabis, but there's no THC in it whatsoever. So all the goodness of CBD with no high, and you can get 20% off right now, guys. You got to use promo code FACTOR, and you got to go to TryCaliper. That's CALIPER. TryCaliper.com/factor and throw the promo code FACTOR in there. You can also try it for 30 days. If you hate it, they'll give you a full refund. You're not going to want it, though. TryCaliper.com/factor. Don't forget promo code FACTOR to get 20% off your first order.
Nice.
Speaking of those base jumpers, though, like that's the only move you could pull. If somebody does like an amazing piano solo and like sings along with it at a party, the only move that could possibly like outdo that is base jumping off the patio. Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's such a good party trick. Plus, also you can either warn people or not. It's just as effective. Like
the worst part though is you can't go back up to the party and get laid.
Yeah, you're gone.
No, but you can like slide someone your number and then they're gonna want to come find you if you know.
Oh, that's a sick.
Yeah, the last thing they ever see.
I got a jet, baby.
Yeah.
I gotta fly.
She's gonna slide into your text pretty quick. Yeah.
Who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move it back.
Don't do that to women in their 30s. They're looking for stable men. That's more of a 20s game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
that's definitely 20s, mid 20s.
Yeah, at the right party. That
30s ladies are like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
They say not again.
You idiot. They won't be fooled twice. All right, let's move it back over to politics. We got a segment here called House Rules. because it's all about the House of Representatives and their rules and people either hating them or breaking them. Self-described quote-unquote mother and grandmother Nancy Pelosi is ushering in a new era in the House of Representatives this week with her 50th term as Speaker of the House. She's kicking it off by publishing procedural rules. It's a 45-page manual that remove all gendered terms like mother and grandmother, which are in her Twitter bio, from the rules. Other words like he and she also will not be used. Everything will be gender neutral. So that's what she's pushing as her first agenda item as speaker for the billionth time. Actually, just her fourth time being speaker. Feels like 50. And these changes are being called bold and focused by Democrats, while they're being called stupid by Republicans. Just stupid. I tend to think language moderation is pretty futile. Just ask the Twitch moderators if people are magically nice now that they can't say simp or virgin in the chat. Bubba, I think we got a good meme about that. If we could pop it up on the screen there. Yeah. I think it's probably all the chicks that the guys are simping for, why the simps are created, not necessarily just people saying the word.
You can't say simp anymore?
No.
You can't call someone a simp virgin.
No, you can't call them either. I don't think.
Who can't call you that?
Twitch in the Twitch chat. Basically, Congress is doing what Twitch is doing.
So I gotta think about this. I mean, obviously, I don't want to offend anyone, when I go around my daily life, and obviously there's a slippery slope too. But I would say that if this is something that is truly offensive, the pronouns, then eventually everyone's going to get on board. But there has to be two sides to it, where you have to give some people a little leniency on forgetting to do it or not. If you can't just try to ruin
this
people
is only
for saying
no. This is only to change the rules in the 45-page handbook. It changes nothing about what you can say or can't say.
I know, but I'm saying I'm looking into the future.
Sure,
sounds really important.
Look. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to figure out the perfect Rubik's cube combination.
No, I'm going to make several mistakes. I'm going to make several mistakes and then hopefully not get judged for them.
No, I'm saying the people that are trying to fucking funnel out the correct number of words into your mouth. I mean, fuck off.
Yeah, but 20 years ago you could say FAG all the time and it was fine, stuff like that. Things change, period. So you just got to roll.
Okay, well, you know what? Bloody was a horrible curse word.
Sure.
100 years ago, and now you could say it a billion times and
never
fucking offended.
Don't think. I mean, I'm all for this if it makes people uncomfortable and if it's the right thing to do. But isn't there something maybe more pressing right now they could be focusing their fucking energy on?
Pandemic, everything else,
maybe.
Checks, stimulus, whatever. Speaking of new house rules, they've also got them for COVID. Guys, like masks. Every single place you go, you got to wear a mask. Wash your hands. Don't touch people. But new Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, alleged QAnon believer from Georgia, refused to put her mask on and was asked to leave if she wasn't going to put her mask on her first day of work in the 117th
Well, this is going to happen every day.
Congress. No. When I heard this and saw this on the Hard Factor text chain earlier, I was like, that is another politician that's doing something purely for the cameras. And sure enough, moments later, she posted the convenient mask that she found on Twitter, which just simply reads Trump won on her mask. And she said that I actually do have a mask. Boom. After, quote.
That's actually really good marketing. That was smart.
Bravo, Marjorie. The attention ploy worked. You did it. That's politics. Just like everybody else is doing.
It's setting itself up for the perfect scenario for comedy, which is rarely is there a situation where you have to wear a certain article of clothing, right? Which she did. So someone when she puts that mask down, they get a little white out. They drew a little carrot in there and they put didn't in between Trump and won. And then she's got to wear it. Think about it, guys.
Well, if somebody had slipped the wrong mask, yeah.
I'm saying someone augments her mask because it says Trump won.
She was a couple steps ahead of everybody on this one, though.
Didn't on it.
I think she would wear it. I don't think she lets people into her personal stuff.
No, it's also a brilliant move. If you're in an environment where you might be a little in over your head, you just get yourself thrown out, and then you don't have to be in over your head anymore.
That's true.
Your principle.
You're just getting thrown out.
This is her version of jumping off of a building with a parachute. It gets people wondering who is that.
It was a click ploy, and she did well. I'm sure she's very pumped for the January 6th
What's her next trick,
rally.
right?
Yeah. So.
She's on a roll. All right. Okay, guys. Well, lots of people are broke thanks to COVID, but apparently spray paint and pigs' heads are still affordable, as both Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's homes were vandalized this weekend. The message on both was, "Fuck you, pay me." Pelosi's California home.
The Pelosi one.
Look
was
at that.
intense.
That's Pelosi's home. Yeah. Pelosi's California home had fake blood and a pig's head left out front, as well as the garage door spray painted saying "2K, cancel rent. We want everything."
Her garage is just.
What does that mean? We want everything. Alarming, for sure. Alarming
I think
for
they
sure.
mean they wanted to steal all the stuff.
We want everything.
Yeah.
But it's probably, even though that's pretty bad, it's probably better than the vandalization done at her home when large homeless man Mondo took a steaming shit in her driveway a few months ago.
Yeah.
Mondo. What a cool dude he is.
It was a peaceful protest that Mondo said was not something he's particularly proud of. So maybe the pighead people will, have some remorse in a couple weeks.
Mondo's was a lot funnier and was not. He picked up his turd afterwards. So he didn't even damage her property. So
Mondo's is way cooler. The pighead's a little
Put it
intense.
in his turd bag.
Yeah.
I mean, both people, defacing the houses. What is this going to do?
I don't know. At McConnell's Kentucky home, a nervous and/or terrible graffiti artist wrote, "Where's my money?" It's supposed to be where without an H. Where's my money, Mitch? Other stuff like "Mitch kills poor" and some other obscenities were spray painted all over the front of his house. This was like his front door, his windows, the entire front entryway. So someone got in there deep and stayed a while. It looks like, obviously, they must have been out of town. He's probably in D.C. I don't know where his wife is, but Kentucky, somewhere in Kentucky.
So, I mean, Pelosi, if you've ever been to San Francisco, it's a lot easier to do it to Pelosi's house because it's in a city. Like, there's lots of people walking up and down the streets. Her garage is right on the street, essentially. Different situation in Kentucky, right?
Yes.
Does he have a gate?
Well, it depends.
McConnell mentioned that he hopes that, these people aren't freaking out his neighbors too much. He also went on to say on Saturday, "My wife and I have been intimidated by this toxic playbook and hootenannies." Sorry, I messed that up. He's never been intimidated by this toxic playbook and hootenannies. We just hope our neighbors in Louisville aren't too inconvenienced by this radical tantrum. That's what he said. Since we talked,
he's a Cajun.
He's like Foghorn Leghorn. Well, I never since I've never seen this much spray paint since we last talked.
If you do hit Foghorn Leghorn as gay, that's Mitch McConnell. I find just gay up. Foghorn
that sounds
Leghorn.
like Lindsey Graham to me.
Yeah, that's more Lindsey Graham.
That description.
Well, I never. Since we last talked, McConnell has also said that the $2,000 stimulus has no path forward as a standalone vote, so he won't push it to the floor by itself. It's always going to be coupled with that Section 230, and that it's a special kind of socialism that is not needed by all. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's looking bleak for the 2K. Did any of you guys get the 600 yet? Anyone get the 600 yet?
I think I did.
Didn't get my first one, so
I did not yet. So congrats. Hopefully I get that this week.
I gotta check
Hopefully
that
everyone gets
out.
it that needs it. One last tip on money. This is actually a good tip.
Another thing we called, by the way, called it 5 days ago today.
Yes, for sure. We're on
I
a
got my
roll.
no condom bonus too. 600 no condom bonus.
Oh, the kid bonus.
buddy.
Yeah.
Took me a second. One last tip on money for anyone looking for some extra dough to donate or pay bills with for themselves comes in from listener Sockhead. Every state has an unclaimed property, like Treasury Department. Do you guys know about unclaimed property?
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's basically like if it keeps your individual and businesses unclaimed checks that are maybe from like a old job, a paycheck you never picked up, or a utility bill that you overpaid for, and then they try to give you the money back and you didn't accept it or whatever. Anyways, all these companies or these places that owe you money and they can't get it to you after a certain amount of time, they have to turn that money into the state. So that's where the unclaimed property for each state is. And all you have to do is simply go to Google and type in like Virginia unclaimed property, hit enter, and then you go in and put in your name and they'll let you know if you have any checks. So you just do that for any state you've lived in. Turns out I had like $100 in checks from Virginia. that is unclaimed
Oprah
property.
used to do this on a big show. She would find people unclaimed money, and she would find people
I think
like
I've
tens
got
of
like
thousands
of dollars for overpaying property taxes in Texas.
I
So-
tapped this a long time ago.
So, well, this is a lot of people. So there you go. Some people know about it. Some people don't. I worked on an unclaimed property project at Whole Foods. It's one of my last projects. And I did check in Texas, but I didn't have any. But Sockhead's reminder got me thinking. Found the 2 checks for $100 in Virginia. I'm getting them sent to me. So go ahead and do that. It takes like 5 minutes.
Doing that after we stop recording immediately.
That's a little tip from me. And Sockhead.
Good. Thank you. Thank
Dig
you,
it.
Sockhead.
All right, guys, there's a lot of things you can do in Jacksonville. Meth, medical insurance fraud, at-home dentistry. But one thing you cannot do is call Mayor Lenny Curry's wife ugly. You don't want to do it. It's just a big no-no. Because on New Year's Day, Mayor Lenny Curry posted a photo of him and his wife on Twitter with the caption, "Happy New Year. Find something to be grateful for. Find a reason for a deep laugh and big smile, peace, and blessings." But guys, Twitter user at DaveC364113662, aka Impeach Lenny Curry, wasn't feeling the peace and blessings and replied with, "God damn, your wife is ugly too. Holy shit. How much do you have to pay her annually to stick by you?" To which Lenny replied, "Name the place, show your face, I'll be there." Essentially threatening to fight him.
Not essentially.
He threatened to fight him. Why does he really? Dave C. with the name Impeach Lenny Curry is probably a fake person.
Yeah, the mayor of Jacksonville's calling out trolls to a yard to fight.
Well, hold on. It wasn't just one comment, though. To keep in mind that this wasn't the first insult hurled at Lenny Curry by Impeach Lenny Curry. Impeach Lenny Curry had been doing this for an hour or so, but the ugly wife comment was a bridge too far. Here's what led up to it. Impeach Lenny Curry says, "Lay off the cocaine, dude," because he looks like jacked up on the photo. And then he goes, "That's the look you get when you fuck citizens of Jacksonville out of their hard-earned money during a pandemic. How much did you have to pay that woman to be in the picture with you? Oh. I wonder if you could be any more of a cocksucker." These are quick suggestions. I'm sure your daughters will enjoy knowing their father's a coked out lunatic who tried to sell JEA out from under the city and then at robbing taxpayers of $266 million in the middle of the pandemic while doing nothing for small businesses in Jacksonville. You're a cocksucker.
He hit him with cocksucker again.
Yeah, I guess Curry was involved in some sort of attempt to sell their electric water and gas utility in I guess what a lot of people are saying is a shady deal.
I've been trying to wrap my mind on if it's possible for you to be a bigger cocksucker for days.
There's some photoshops of him with a cock. Anyway, guys, that's the hard factor. Don't do that in Jacksonville. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for coming with us into our transition. Again, same great place, same great pod. Nothing changes. We're right here with you. Most importantly, guys, have a great fucking day. And before that, keep an ear out for some cool updates we have coming this week. We have lots of cool, fun stuff coming at you related to our new setup over here, and we can't wait to share it with you. Have a great fucking day.